Hello everyone, welcome back to The Mom's View. I am Kayli, this is
Colette.
And Carlie.
We're so excited to be back, and today I wanted to talk about something that I've actually been thinking about for a long time, like since we started The Mom's View, since we moved to California, because I had never actually heard anyone call themselves or other people this before. And I have a question for you. Can you be successful without being a hustler? I'd never, the only time I'd ever heard, that's the only time I'd ever heard it. I'm a hustler, babe. So when everyone was calling each other hustlers and like, I'm a hustler, she's such a hustler, I was like, am I a hustler?
Is that who I am?
It's like, when do you consider yourself a hustler?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it reminds me of like when you're growing up and you hear like older people swearing and you're like, when am I old enough to swear? It's like, when am I like successful enough or like getting it enough to call myself a hustler? And can you like be successful without being a hustler? Because I don't feel like I have a hustler's personality, but I have felt successful in my life. Like I feel like I try my hardest and I do my best and I try to make it so my work shows that, but I'm not like out like getting deals and like hustling. But then it's like, what is hustling? What is hustling? Because I feel like I never stop, but I don't feel like I'm like hustling, have that personality. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think so.
I think that's such a good topic. I think we were talking about this, or maybe I was just thinking about this, but I have been telling Jackson, I'm like, I just feel this like equal pull to either be a hustler or a mom boss or this lady boss and just work all the time and create these businesses. But then at the same time, I equally feel like I should just be a mom. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I feel like I'm trying to do both of these things and I'm trying to find balance in both of them. And it's like one side fails a little if I do the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and so it's like, what do you want to be? Do you have to choose one? And I guess it comes down to me. I'm like, I guess I just have to define what I feel like is a hustler for me.
Yeah, because I feel like I never stop hustling my kids.
Right.
Like I'm taking them everywhere. Where we have this and this and this and then this and there's a parents meeting and like
I know.
Like I feel like I never stop, but I also feel like I have a very like easygoing personality that I don't feel the need to be like. I mean, I feel like empowered in different ways. I don't feel like I have to be like, here I am and like I'm getting it. I just feel like I'm like, yeah. You know, like, and is that okay? Like, I don't know. I feel like we live in this world where it's just like, you need to be like this boss. I'm a boss. I'm like, I can't. And is that okay? Like,
I love that.
are we successful in just like being a mom? Like I feel the best when I feel like I'm being the best mom, but then am I failing in other areas? It's just like this constant tug and pull and
like you're being pulled from both sides of like work, and then I should be a mom, and like you're trying to do both. And I'm an extremist. I realize that. Like I feel like if I'm not completely being this like boss lady, work hard hustler, then I'm like failing. So then it's like, well, if I just be all the mom and I do all the mom hands-on things, then it's like, all my businesses are failing, and it's just hard to find the balance.
Would you call yourself
of like,
a hustler?
No, but I'm hard on myself. I never feel like, and Jackson's like always lecturing me. He's like, you never think you're doing a good job or doing enough.
I totally think you're a hustler. I think you're like, I am out to get the world and I got it.
I think it
like
comes
I see that in you. I mean, even with your house, it's so clean right now. You guys can't see every part of it, but all of it's clean.
Yeah, not just like the corner. People are like, how do you keep your house so clean? I'm like, it's a corner of my house is clean.
I think there's different things are important to all of us, but I think I was talking to Jackson about this because when you sent us this topic, I'm like, this is such a good topic. It's something I think so many women should talk about. But I think it comes from when I was a single mom, and I'm constantly like have that void that I'm like providing, that I need to be the provider, and I forget that I have a husband that can share that role with me. So when I was 28, I kind of met Jackson, but I had just bought this house and I was like gonna be debt free and making $1 million within, that was like my 30-year goal, which is kind of crazy. I was being a little crazy pants. Anyways,
Why not?
Why not?
Why
And
not set big
sometimes
goals?
I just feel like I don't give myself enough credit. I'm like, that's a lot to do. By the time I was 28, I bought this house and then we got married, and I have a couple different businesses going on, and I think that I have to check myself because I could very well see myself booking flights and doing this and starting this business, and I like that go. But I think the older I'm getting, I'm like, but I kind of just love being a mom. Like, I don't think we'll ever regret spending time with our kids.
Right.
but it's hard because that's hustler that's in me, that like go getter, the busy, want to work and control and be in charge of these things, feels like if I don't do it, I'm going to miss out. And so I don't know, I'm really struggling with that. Like, such a good topic, Kayli. I feel like I can't find my ground. I can't find my feet.
Do you think though that it's possible to be successful at both without playing that role?
Yeah.
Because I feel like I have success without, like, what do you think? Like, do you think you're a hustler?
I've never, ever thought myself as a hustler, but I've never thought that I wasn't successul either.
Right. Well, and then I look at you, I'm like, oh, how does Colette do it all? You know, so then it's like, what the crap is a hustler?
I think it's like, what's your definition of it? You know, I think that's defining what is a hustler to us. Because I look at you and I'm like, how do you do it? Casey's always gone and you have 4 kids all by yourself doing your channel, and Kayli was uploading for Casey over here and editing for him, the nicest. And I'm like, so, I mean, and I'm sure there's plenty of other people
that's
looking at
definitely
you.
hustling.
Yes.
But then, like, no, I don't have that, like, I just get
I mean, just because we're not on Wall Street does not mean. Do you know how hard it is to change a poopy butt? Do you even know?
You gotta be hustling.
when now that they're starting to roll, I was like,
and like grab things and flip their legs. I'm like, oh, if I didn't get vomit on me throughout the day, I feel like I'm a hustler.
But then, like, there have been so many times that I have been like with a group of women that have stronger personalities than me, and they've been like, you know, like, you're a hustler, and I feel like, crap. You know, have you guys been in that situation before? Like, and then you start thinking like, oh, I'm not doing enough. And
I think it's your own definition of what your success is. Like, because I guess I've never seen myself as a hustler. And I guess maybe I've defined hustler as different things, different ways throughout my life. Because, you know, there can be that woman that's just like, go out and get it, go out and get it, go out and get it. But then it's like too much. It's almost like, okay, don't try so hard. Like, just relax and just like let life flow.
Lay off the Adderall, would you?
Yeah.
Just kidding. That's terrible.
But then there's those people that are just, you know, they know their passion, they know that what they love and what they want, and they go out and get it. And I think to me that's the positive version of what I want to strive for. But I don't want to. If ever that like feeling pops in that I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing enough. To me, that's destructive.
Yeah.
And that's not helpful. I think anybody that's living their passion and going after it could be in, you know, a hustler or whatever. Like, you're just going after what you want and what you love. And I think that that can be coupled with being a mom. You know, like, you just find that balance of, okay, I need to take care of my children, but I also need to feed this passion of mine. And you can find a balance. And it's just an everyday focusing.
I think moral of the story is we're all too hard on ourselves. Like, I definitely think you're a hustler in your own way.
Yeah.
Like you don't.
Sorry,
No.
I totally interrupted
Do you just see us right now? We're like ganging up.
I wanted to touch on this conversation or this topic so you guys could tell me.
First of all, the list that I made.
That's not why, but I really I feel like it's just been on my mind ever since we started, because I've just sat in so many meetings and been around so many women, and I've been like,
Well, I think in this industry, especially because I think being like a creator and in this like marketing industry, it's like you're never done with work. You could always be reaching out to brands and collaborating and videographers, and you could constantly always be working. And I maybe feel like that's where I feel that guilt. Like I know there's always something I could be doing. Yeah. And it's like sometimes you just have to learn boundaries, and you need to learn to turn off and to like create. Jackson's really into this book called The Stoics, and he said that they take off like a month of the year, and they don't do anything for a month other than like read and just, he's like, because it's like how they recharge. And I've had to learn to like turn off when I get into like my turbo modes, like shampooing the couch at midnight. Jackson's like, turbo pants, turn it off. Okay, sorry, just let me finish this couch real quick. He's like, but I've had to learn to like set boundaries, because then it's like you run out of steam and you always feel guilty. You always feel like there's so much you could be doing. And with Cooper, I was in such a different situation that with Elliot, I feel like I'm allowed to be grateful for the moments and the days where we don't get a lot done. With Cooper, I didn't have that option. I was a single mom paying for daycare and food and all the things that I was trying to pay for, and I didn't have that. And so now I feel like it's easier to find balance because I have a better support system, and I'm more grounded in who and where I'm at.
Right.
So I think it's just like there's a season for everything. There's a season to be like a hustler, and there's a season to be a mom. But I just know, like, with our personalities, I think we would never regret taking days off to be moms. And you're so good and patient with your kids and with your work. And You just
about
need
that.
to. You just be nice to
Well,
yourself.
yeah, and just all the videos that you make and your editing on your own. To me, I'm like, you are a hustler. What are you talking about?
But you know what I mean? Like, it's just like that personality. Like, I don't feel like I need to walk into a room and be like, I'm a hustler. But then it's like, then I feel guilty about like not being that person.
Oh, you shouldn't.
No.
No.
You know.
But I
think-
feel like I could see you doing either or, you know, and maybe there's a time in your life for that and it's just not now. I do believe you can have everything you want in your life. It just won't happen at the same time. So
Right.
maybe when your kids are all grown and like, you know, it's weird to think, but Layla in school and you're at home more, you will have created this like amazing business and you will be that hustler, you know? Yeah. Maybe there is something inside you calling. It's just like, now's not your time.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I
Do you
know.
believe in that?
Have
Like
you- have
callings
you-
of life?
Yeah, I do.
times.
I really do. And I feel like with pregnancy and with having a baby, you have to really think about that. Like, this is the season that I'm in and it's okay and I can just enjoy this time and let everything else go because that is such a short period of time.
Yes.
Right.
Even though it feels like so long when you're having heartburn and
And I also think that that is why I have enjoyed like having such big gaps in between my kids because I've got to kind of like have that season and then a season for myself and then we get back into like being pregnant.
yeah.
But yeah. I don't
Many
know.
hats
Have you
that
guys
women
thought
wear.
about this before? Like,
Yes.
I definitely have. I think you're right. Like when we moved to LA, because it's such a different vibe there.
it
like,
was just so different.
Everyone's always going. I was thinking about that when we were watching Gavin's football game the other night because I thought it feels so like hometowny and like, and you know, I knew everybody and we were talking and I thought I didn't have this in LA. Like, because
Yeah.
there wasn't. I don't know. It just felt like everybody was out doing stuff, catching their dreams and doing their things, which was fine. I totally rhymed there. Didn't realize I did it, but
All the time.
all the time.
It's a good feeling too, like that
It's
feeling
good,
where
yeah.
people are just like they moved to California because they had this dream and they had this bigger vision and they're like they have to
Yeah.
hustle and get there. And so you know, then you start to like, I want that too, but then I just don't have that personality. I have a more of a hometown.
I like the 9 to 5 buzz, and then it's like, let's just be chill and like lay back and relax
Yeah.
and, you
I
know.
don't know. It was interesting because LA, I feel like they had that vibe constantly. Like it wasn't
Yes.
just at work.
Right.
It was like
Shopping.
traffic and shopping. It was always a hustle vibe. So I can see, I remember feeling that way too. Like, okay, do I need to do more? Do I need to get a nanny? Do I need to do this? And because it
Yes,
was,
you
know,
always need
all
help.
my neighbors had nannies and it was
Yeah.
just an interesting place to live. But I didn't feel like I was unsuccessful.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, I'm doing what I want to do and I'm good. So I don't know.
Yeah. So I've thought a lot about this, and I did come to that conclusion. Like, success is what you define it as. Like, what do you feel the most successful at? I've felt success in different jobs that I've had, but at the end of the day, like, the most important thing to me are my kids.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, as long as I can provide and I feel happy that I get to do this job and I don't feel like I have to hustle, like,
Right.
and I feel successful. So, and you said that too. Like, it's what you define it as. Being a hustler is
Right.
what you define it as. Being successful is what you define it as. So
I love
it's
that.
different for everyone.
I read a tweet, somebody tweeted the other day, and they're like, I wish I could just be a stay-at-home mom. And I was like, do they know?
Damn. It's
Do you know what that entails? You never get to pee alone.
No, that's an interesting topic too because
Yeah, I know. I get kind of weird into because this girl like works at a high end job and is like, you know, and I'm like, that's another thing. I think too often we just compare our stories to everyone else's, and it's like I should be, I shouldn't be, I should be doing, I shouldn't be doing, and
Yeah.
it's like just learn to be happy where you're at, and that's so much easier said than done. And I think it's like those cliche things, like you gain knowledge with age, and now being older, I'm like, you can't do everything that
Yeah.
you know that you want to do all the time, and you just have to find happiness in the small things. And if I get like one email sent out of the day, I'm like happy. I'm like, okay, I spent more time with my kids. Who cares? If I get all the work done and my kids are like preoccupied, it's a great day, you know.
Yeah.
But
and I think if you're, you know, a working mom,
yeah,
you can I think it's hard because like you see the other side because I remember going from working to being a stay-at-home mom, which is always what I wanted, but it was hard. Like it was such an adjustment. I'm like, I am losing myself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't like this.
When you're
it
talking
was
to,
so
like-
hard. I'm like, do I want this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember the other day I was talking to the mailman. I was like, it's so cute. And I was like, sorry. I just did the baby voice to you. Because I'm like, I think you're the only adult I've talked to today. I'm sorry that just came out.
That's hilarious.
I think no matter what, just like learn to appreciate others for who they are and appreciate for who you are. You don't have to compare yourself. Because
Right.
we've worked with a lot of women. Like Sharzad, I always always feel like she's like a hustler. You know, she's always getting gigs and she's on the Today Show, and that's just like her personality.
Yeah. And she thrives on it. Like,
Yeah.
she's just
And such a
alive
good
all the
mom.
time.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's odd.
She's
amazing.
And I mean, Angel too, like when she was like, I have twins, I'm going to school, I'm doing this, I'm like,
I know.
I feel like the older I've gotten, the more I've learned to let that compliment someone and not take away from me.
Right,
You know,
absolutely.
and just be like, good for them. I think, but when you're young and you don't get it, and it's like, seems like you don't have to be doing what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
Like, just do the best for you.
Right.
Yeah, I think I agree with like whatever stage of life you're in. I didn't want that to sound like when I said if you're a working mom.
No, it
because I
didn't.
just want it like I love working and I love staying at home, but it's just like you do have to find a balance because you can
Yeah.
lose yourself in either one.
And I don't think, like, I think what we're both trying to touch on is not like we're saying one job is more important or better or harder than the other. They're both equally challenging.
Yeah, I'm
And for
not
the
one of those
person,
moms
yeah.
that's like, no, it's I'll stay at home. No, it's all working moms.
Yes.
Like it's a balance. You go, girls.
My
all
head
you
hasn't fallen
women.
off at the end of the day, then I'm like,
Yeah.
I love
Thank
that
you,
topic
Kayli.
though.
That's a
Yeah.
good topic.
Yeah. Anyways, let us know what you think, and if there are any other topics you would like to hear us talk about, leave them in the comments below. Thank you
Love
so
you
much for
guys.
watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.